Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mai Tais at Sunset, where we are going to talk about you and us together and getting better and healthier. I'm Tai.
Aloha, I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday. Happy weekend. I set the intention that we are going to share a lot of laughs, have a lot of fun, and share healing. And speaking of what you just said, everybody always makes the New Year's resolution to get healthier in the new year. I probably have said that every year, for my whole life. Get healthier. And I actually am so excited that I am on that journey of optimal health and wellness. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope that we have a lot of experience to share. We actually have a really great article that has a good list about weight loss, about getting healthier, and we're just going to share our ideas.
Yeah, that sounds great. One of the things that I've always noticed is during the new year and like at the beginning of January, the gyms are packed. So at Christmas time, the gyms were pretty empty. Like it was just me,
of course,
good
the holidays.
Old line of 40 treadmills and nobody around. And then right after the new year, I went in and lo and behold, every treadmill was full. Everyone is trying to get their workout on. New shoes, new clothes, new hair ties, new earbuds. Well, come 2 weeks later, I went in the gym. There's nobody.
There's nobody
gone.
It is so
Nobody
hard.
cares.
It is so hard to stick to a routine. I give everybody credit for going that mile. You know, you get the new shoes and the new outfit and you're all ready. You're making that investment and you join the gym and you don't make it for very long. I just hope that they'll come back. Well, we'll wish them well and that they'll find their way back to the gym in their own time. But I think that, when you go like with that initial excitement, you can hurt yourself. You can go too hard, too fast, and you can hurt yourself. It takes years and years to learn what your body wants to do and what's going to work for you.
It really does. I think the more people like discover different ways to work out. So there's like varying ways, right? You don't necessarily need the gym. You don't need the gym to work out. No. Whatever works for you, Yeah. But I think it was just funny that I was like, I'm going to give it 2 weeks and it'll die out. No, it's dead. It's empty whenever I usually go now. And
is it cold where you are?
Yeah, it's freezing. 40 degrees, it says, and it's rainy and it's misty. There's no sun. It's dreary. People are miserable,
And that could impact like wanting to get out of your house and,
Look, I don't want to get out of my house.
I know.
I don't want to get out of my house.
But
I don't want to go to the gym.
You have been doing this. I think it takes a full 90 days to start a habit, to get a routine, to add
I have
something.
been doing this since October. So 3 months.
Yeah.
Look at your face. It's so cute.
No, it does. Yeah. It takes...
But we've been pushing each other. We've been pushing each other for 90 days to do this together, even though it's cold as shit.
Yep.
But it's not as cold as some places, though. Yeah. A friend of mine just said it's going to be negative 22 degrees. And I was like, nope.
That
no, ma'am.
Terrible.
No.
I mean, I can imagine that it's hard to go out and get a workout. But, you can do things at home and, get home, do some yoga. I totally recommend yoga or Tai Chi, something that moves slow but gets you stretched as like initial to starting up an exercise routine. I would never tell somebody you need to start running. That would be insane.
Yeah.
Because your body's not used to that.
You started swimming and jogging the pool. And my mom does the same thing. And I'll swim because I like to swim. But I will walk the pool because it's gentler on my joints than running like full speed on the treadmill, which I've been doing quite a bit lately. I actually have a funny story about that. I went to a chiropractor today for the first time in like about 2 years. And he like felt my neck and he goes, "Oh, there's some problems there." And I was like, how does he know that I slept funny last night? He goes, "I'm just going to bump your head to the side. And I was like, okay, bump it to the side. It was like a big old rip. And I was like, I am dying.
Oh.
It hurt, but it felt good. But I cried. When he was done, like, cracking my entire body, I, like, cried because it was just so much of a release of tension and all this stuff that's been happening.
It could also be emotional tension. It could be more than physical. It could definitely be emotional tension as to why you slept funny and to why kinks and stresses tense up in our bodies. So crying was probably, you released more than just a physical pain.
I think chiropractors are a little bit sadistic because they like to hear that
Crack.
thunderous rip through your body. And you're basically, my soul left my body for a minute when he laid on top of me and cracked my back. And I was like, did I die? Like, like you're just sitting there and you're like, what happened to me?
Yeah.
But no, he was such a sweet guy, and I don't normally trust people right off the bat, but he was like, it was just really good. And he's not expensive. I was surprised because the chiropractors I've been to are like $60 to $100 an hour or like one little session. He was like, $30, let's go. And I was like, how can you charge so little? He goes, I'm not looking for like high costly operations. So he has like an office with his business partner. They have 3 tables out and they are minimalist. They're like, no, we don't need to have all this fancy stuff, like private rooms and all that stuff, because that's not what we're looking for. We're looking to charge the least amount and get, as many people in. And he was busy.
I've been to several chiropractors. There's actually this guy up in Pupukea on the North Shore that I went to years ago, and I swear he charged me $25. Me and my friends all went. We drove out to the North Shore.
Oh, that's not bad.
And he just invited us into his home, and his gorgeous home up in Pupukea, ocean views. And he just goes, yeah, come on in. And then he cracked all of us, adjusted, gave us paperwork and said, this is the kind of stretches you need to do, and then sent us on our way.
Well, you just have to be careful because some people have gone to chiropractors and ended up getting hurt.
Yeah. So I ask around. I would definitely recommend asking around. Make sure that you know somebody who went there and had a positive experience.
It was definitely interesting. It was an experience, but it also cues into like being healthy. It's like knowing what your body needs and addressing those needs as soon as you can. And sometimes it's a chiropractor, sometimes it's massage, other kind of methods. I mean, sitting in a hot tub is always nice.
Did we go to physical therapy together? I know we were at the same place. I don't know if we did it at the same time.
We were at the same place. I didn't really like the chiropractor there. He kind of scared me a little bit.
He was really a tall man, and he'd crack his. I'm still tiny, and then he'd be like, I'm just gonna bend you. That was a little scary.
Oh, I know. They kind of just move you to where they need you to be, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it's weird
but my
to
back
be an adult and to be
very
cradled.
Sore. Cradled. Yeah,
Cradled
that's a good one. Like coddled and cradled. Yeah. And one thing is funny is like I was like, I've never been close to a man like this. Like it's so weird. I'm like, ew. He like laid on me, and I was like, is this what it feels like
No.
to be crushed?
I also like when they take more time to like address like all of your vertebrae,
Yeah.
And they're going to go down and they're going to check you out first before they do any cracks. Like that particular chiropractor, he didn't. He would just be like, he'd feel your neck and then into crack. And then he'd feel, down your back and see how you bend. And he goes, oh, you're a little crooked. And then he would just twist your body. And to me, that one, he was a little scary. But I've been to others that, you can have a good experience. You can have a bad experience. It just depends who you know.
It depends on who you know and who you trust. I mean, my neck is killing me now that I'm thinking about it.
I notice. I notice once you talk about something.
Yeah, you're like, it hurt.
You're focusing on that point in your body and you're like, oh no. And then it starts to ache.
All right. So back to losing weight and getting into shape, not trying to go for the fad diet or the quick burn, the immediate weight loss. And how do most people accomplish this? They don't drink enough water. They start shredding the water weight. They start to starve themselves, right? And these things will slowly work their way through your system to where you're even more unhealthy.
It will.
Than you started.
A lack of water, not enough water, you'll start cramping. You'll cramp in the middle of the night. It'll ruin your sleep. I mean, taking on weight loss journey or just trying to get healthy, I think we have to say it's definitely a lifestyle change. It has to be. It can't be something short term. And you can't also beat yourself up like, oh my God, I have this event and I gotta lose this much weight by then. And it's hard to hear celebrities. Often they'll come out and they'll say exactly what they did. They just didn't drink water. They just didn't eat for so many days to get that look for that performance. And I think that can be dangerous to people who hear that and they're like, oh, they did it. But that's not realistic in the long term, and it can cause so much more damage to your body. So be grateful that we don't have to kill ourselves to be looking good or anything.
Right. We don't have to look good. I mean, we already look good.
Yes.
We don't have to like go the extra mile.
Everybody is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. Everyone.
Yeah, I believe that too.
And a great outfit can do wonders. Hair and makeup, treat yourself to something nice. Oh, you just picked up a little dog.
He's so cold. We're all so cold.
And in fact, to lose weight, to feel better, animals.
Really?
They release oxytocin in your brain.
Oh, yeah. It's like a baby.
Yeah.
It's like a baby.
It's another way of non-edible substitutes for self-soothing.
Oh, so you don't reach for sugar?
So you don't reach
your
for
dog?
like snacks or, you just pet
funny.
your animal.
So we were talking about how we've been doing this for 3 months.
3 months,
Okay,
yep.
we can confidently say we've been in it to win it for 3 months. Have I seen a drastic weight loss? Yes and no. So as I continue to run, do a lot of cardio, light weights. I'm not looking to do like heavy weight lifting.
But we both have done crazy workouts before. And I don't know how often your weight has fluctuated, but my whole life, my weight has gone up and down, especially with 2 pregnancies, all kinds of things like that. Your body's just like, what? But
What?
I think having just any kind of activity and start slow. Don't have to hurt yourself by getting involved with something serious. Work your way up to it. In fact, if you signed up for any kind of class, Zumba, cycling, any of those, they have beginner courses. We did paddling. We did it. I wanted the accountability of joining a team. I had done Zumba. I had done hula, and we did paddling together. I also used to do jiu-jitsu. Those kind of
That's awesome.
Group things, you had like a built-in instant friendship with like a bunch of other people who were going to support you. And it was a beautiful support system. So I think that's why a lot of people love CrossFit, because you do it. I think even as a new person, you come in and you're put with a group.
It's like a cult. Yeah. Just like paddling. Paddling's a cult.
Any kind of thing. You get obsessed because you start to feel better. You start to feel more active. And then you have this new bond with these new people who are going through this with you. So I think that's even more friendship, accountability when you join something that's like a team thing, whether just instead of just going to the gym and working out by yourself. That's just you motivating you. Unless you've got friends who are gonna say, hey, did you get your workout today?
Yeah. It's like focus on the little goals. Like, yeah, you need to lose 25 pounds, but try 2.
Yeah.
2 pounds. And it's not just water weight. I hate when I'm like, oh, hey, I lost 5 pounds. They're like, oh, it's water weight. How the hell do you know what I'm doing? That's what I respond. I'm like, how do you know I'm not sitting in a sweat box? Like, one of the funniest things that's happened to me lately is like, I run, right? So I'll try to run 2 to 3 miles a day. Sometimes longer if I feel it, if I'm feeling good. But I'll tell you what, I sweat like crazy in the gym. It could be like, sometimes it's so humid here because the weather changes so much. Like one day it'll be 40, the next day it's 85. And just the temperature in the gym is so weird. I'll tell you what though, if I'm like running on that treadmill, I don't even have to do very much. I've done my first like set of sprints or hills. I am just so dripping sweat. Just like, and I used to never sweat. And then I joined the military and now it's like constant. And like my clothes are all wet. I look like I jumped in the shower and came back out and like I'm on the treadmill just shaking it everywhere. It's horrible. So what is your take? Like, if you saw somebody sweating that badly in the gym, do you think that they're working out hard or you just think they're just gross? Because I just feel gross.
No, I think that
and if you say gross, I'm going to knock you out through this.
If you're working out that much that you're sweating, you're working hard. You're working hard.
I am working hard.
Yeah, I used to have a treadmill in my home. I actually broke the belt and I have to call somebody to repair it. And I've not done that. So hopefully I'll get that done soon. But
you might as well give it up. You're like, you might as well give it up. It'll be more space in your house. You haven't done it yet. You won't do it.
I know.
You know you're not going to do it.
I love that treadmill though. But anyway, the pool is definitely less impact than running on my treadmill. And I do have a bicycle that I try to ride when I can't get in the pool, but I don't stay on it as long. Even if I have a good movie on and I'm watching TV, you have to build up that strength in your butt to like be able to handle sitting on a bike seat. I still haven't gotten there, and I've been on and off that bicycle for maybe a year.
Nice.
And I'd rather go freeze in my swimming pool and run there than put my butt on that bicycle seat. So, finding something that's going to work for you, work up to it. I don't feel bad that I can't bicycle for a solid, hour. I'm working up to building up my glutes so that they can handle sitting on that little tiny bike seat. I even put in like one of those gel seat covers. It's still not cushiony enough. But I used to love bike riding. I used to bike ride all over. And I don't do that anymore. Probably because I almost got run over. Well, I did get run over by that car that one time.
Yeah, you did.
So I never want to do that again. People come to Hawaii and they don't know, they forget that they have to obey the rules of the road and drive correctly.
And not drive on top of people? Yeah, that'd be great.
Not turn in the wrong direction.
People asked me recently, like, what's the appeal if Hawaii is, like, so crazy? And I was like, the appeal is to not go when it's busy. The appeal is not to go to, like, really popular places.
Yeah.
Hawaii is beautiful. People do want to share it. They want to share their Aina, right, with everybody.
But it's overwhelming, let's be honest.
Yeah.
When it's like 100,000 people who fly here every single day. Mm-hmm. That there's over...
At any given time,
yeah.
it makes the population 2 million.
So there's already 1 million people living in Hawaii that did the
right.
survey.
And there's like
what do you call
an
it?
extra million that comes around, you know?
Yeah. I would say if you want to really experience the Hawaii that most locals know, go to the neighbor islands and get away from the overcrowded tourist areas. Do an Airbnb, even though they're incredibly difficult to find because they're so illegal because they keep making terrible rules for people. So it makes it harder.
They do.
I love a good vacation home if you can find one. I would say get far away. Look for the hotels that aren't in Waikiki. I mean, Waikiki's an experience. You know, Diamond Head, the sunsets in Waikiki, they're gorgeous. You know, locals love Waikiki too. There's all the big restaurants are in Waikiki, of course. So,
yeah.
I mean, we've already done a few episodes where we talked about like everything to do in Hawaii, but we can update it. We'll have to do a refresh for this year anyway, because things keep changing.
There's all new stuff. This is the year I'm coming. And we will be doing live episodes from the ocean while I pick shells. On the beach. I will be like literally sitting there picking shells as we talk, and you're sitting there eating poke.
I don't think
and
so.
Fruit.
I think we'll sit still so that people can hear us.
I'll pick micro shells in my little seat. I'll just
Okay.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. Yes. Get more
sleep.
sleep.
Eat a well-rounded breakfast.
Good breakfast.
I don't get enough sleep. That's why I don't think I'm losing weight as fast as I could, because I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep well, even though I work out every day. I try to take melatonin. That doesn't work. I take Ambien. That doesn't work. I turn off my screen. That surely doesn't work. I don't know how to rest my brain. So what are your tips for resting your brain?
Okay, so I
feel very animated today, by the way.
I already admitted in previous episodes, I do have ADHD and I do have dyslexia. I have thoughts running through my brain all day long, all the time. And I'm going to see an actual psychiatrist, the ones that can prescribe medication and who know what they're talking about. It's really difficult that I didn't get diagnosed with this as a child, because a lot of my medical coverage is like, no, we don't really deal with it when you're an adult getting diagnosed. At least in Hawaii, it's been tricky. And I've been trying to figure out why I get overwhelmed with just organizing or cleaning or doing any task. And I have a habit of like starting things and not being able to finish. Mai Tais at sunset, I have to say, has been one thing that I actually make sure that we record, that I edit, and that I post. And that's basically the maximum that I can do. Social media for me, I'm trying to do it, so please forgive me. It's not always easy for me to focus. I have a hard time focusing. I listen to our episodes and I can hear myself starting something. I'm speaking about something and then I'll get distracted and I don't even finish the story many times. So it's really hard for me to focus. So meditation is definitely part of my journey. It helps me calm my brain, but that doesn't last my entire day. I'll meditate in the morning. If I'm lucky, I'll try to do another meditation midday or in the afternoon, get me through the evening. And then I always have like a meditation as I'm going to sleep to help calm my brain to go to bed.
Maybe you should do like a series of like short meditations for us to practice before we go to sleep, or do an example of
guided meditation. Cool. You mean? I can work on that.
Just a short one, like maybe like 5 minutes. I mean, sometimes when my brain is not resting, I do go to the sleepy cat meditations to kind of like relax my brain, but sometimes it doesn't work, you know?
There's a lot of wonderful guided meditations online. We both love Sleepy Cat. There's a bunch that I've actually listened to. They don't always work though, you're right. And it's going to be different for me on different days. So when I notice that I'm not silencing my brain, then I'm just praying. I'm just talking to God. I'm having conversations about anything and everything. And until those questions are exhausted and I pass out. I don't know if that will work for everybody, but it's something that I tend to do.
Well, it's worth a try, right?
It's worth a try. I talk to my ancestors a lot, to my grandma. She's long passed. but I always talk to her and she makes me feel comfortable. I just can feel her energy around me and then I go to sleep. So, well, it's just another idea on, getting yourself not just healthy physically, but spiritually, emotionally. There's a lot of things that we can do. So I'm in a process right now where I'm seeking help from a psychiatrist. I'm really, really excited about this appointment because I have taken certain medications that are for focusing, for ADHD kind of symptoms. And the first time I experienced that, I was like, oh my God, I can think clearly. It made me realize that I actually might benefit. Maybe there is something that I need to calm my brain. So it doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't hurt to look into it if you can get a proper diagnosis. But if you're like me and you feel overwhelmed with even small tasks like organizing, or I walk into a room and I forget why I went there. One time I even put my telephone, like I used to have a cordless phone, I actually put it in my refrigerator and I couldn't find it.
Interesting.
I have moments where I'm having conversations and I'm listening to someone and they'll say something and it'll trigger some rabbit hole of thoughts. And then they'll stop talking and they'll look for me to say something else. And I'm talking about something that they mentioned way back when and they'd already moved on. And that's just my brain hopping on a train to go think about this other thing that they said. And I just lost it. I'm lost. I'm grateful for my friends to put up with me because I don't try to space out. I try to be very cognizant, but sometimes my thoughts just run away with me and I can't stop talking, which you have called me out on before.
Yeah, I have. And I mean, and not in a mean way. I think it's just I'm like, what are we talking about right now?
But
like
it
the butterfly effect.
Yeah. Me losing my focus. You tell me when we go shopping that I'm like a wandering
you touch everything.
Butterfly. Oh, I'm very tactile. I have to touch things, especially shiny things. Shiny things. They'll distract me and I will walk away from you so many times.
You're so funny.
But if I take the right kind of medication, I might not do that anymore. And I might be a boring, normal person. I don't know. Actually, no. When I was on that medication, that was when I was my most zen. And I was really spiritual. That actually helped me to focus and better at meditation and being calm all the time. It sounds like Ritalin. You hear,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited to kind of map our journey. We've been doing this since October and map it all the way out till next October and see where we're at. And then the next October and see where we're going, with our journey. I haven't put myself on a scale since I went to the doctor, so I'm not really sure what I weigh. But I'm not going to base it off of that anymore. I'm going to base it off of my clothes that I have and if they fit well and if I feel good. I will tell you that not sleeping for the past couple nights because I've been a little stressed, I have broken out all around right here and I look like shit.
I can't see it.
I look like crap.
I can't see it. When we do FaceTime has some kind of fancy filter that makes us look
It has a
smoother.
filter.
Yeah.
I just have
I can't see
all
it.
these imperfections right around my mouth. It's the weirdest thing. And so somebody was like, are you eating a lot of nuts? And I was like, no, I'm not eating anything that's really bad for me. And I've been drinking so much water, it's unreal.
When you start working out a lot and you start sweating profusely, things that have been trapped in your pores are going to start coming out.
Yeah.
And that could cause...
It's the toxins.
Yeah, that could cause a breakup. But that's great because it means that they're getting out of your body.
Yeah, they need to go.
They need to go.
So I'm excited to keep doing this. I am going to be focusing on continuing to work out, even though I'm going to be gone from home for a while. Actually, almost the whole month of February I'm out.
A great idea to talk about is how do you get your workout in while you're traveling?
It is not easy.
No, but I figure you're going to figure something out. Plus, you're going to be with another friend of ours that she's very active military too. You guys have to.
She doesn't work out as much as I do, though. That's the one thing. She's like, "Are we going to be working out?" And I was like, "I am. I'm a lot happier and healthier than I was 3 months ago."
Yeah, I think there's a satisfaction of working out that it gives you a little bit more freedom to. You can eat what you want.
Thanks for joining us for an awesome episode. Thank you, Mai, for this great article and some topics to talk about. Us, brand new for 2023, moving into 2024. We're going to be living our best lives, getting in shape, and feeling good about ourselves. So again, check us out at maitaisatsunset.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and anywhere else you find your favorite podcasts.
And until we meet again, ahui ho.